final last episode on Appendix, in the Art of Seduction. Appendix B, How to Sell Anything to the Masses. In his famous book, The Art of Seduction, Robert Greene devotes an entire appendix to the concept of the soft sell, using subtle, indirect seductive tactics not just to sell yourself, but to sell an idea, product, candidate, or vision to the masses. While the hard sell hits you over the head with aggressive marketing and persuasion tactics, the soft sell is insidious and entertaining, sneaking in under the radar to captivate people's attention and lead them along an enticing path. Greene outlines several key principles and techniques behind mastering the soft seduction game on a mass scale. Appear as news, not publicity. The first key is to introduce yourself not through blatant advertising, but by manufacturing an attention-grabbing event or situation that the media will pick up as news. Greene cites how PR pioneer Edward Bernays orchestrated the famous Torches of Freedom campaign in 1929, where he hired debutantes to march down New York streets smoking cigarettes during the Easter parade, a shocking, controversial event that sparked a social trend. Bernays had carefully planned every detail, from the women's elegant outfits to their scripted quotes about shattering taboos. Creating a newsworthy event bypasses people's resistance to overt selling. The media lapped up the seemingly spontaneous stunt, and it gave the campaign legitimacy by being covered as news rather than a crass publicity stunt. As Greene notes, an event that is picked up by the news has the imprimatur of reality. Stir basic emotions. Don't try to promote your message through dry, rational arguments that requires too much effort from your audience. Instead, aim for the heart by designing words and imagery to stir basic primal emotions like lust, patriotism, family values, or righteous rebellion. Making people feel stirred and uplifted on an emotional level grabs their attention far more viscerally and allows you to insinuate your real message. For Andrew Jackson's 1828 presidential campaign, Greene describes how his strategists played up his image as a wronged war hero and humble frontierman to contrast with the aristocratic John Quincy Adams. They hosted lavish whiskey-fueled rallies and parades full of pathos around planting hickory trees and carrying hickory canes. All this theatrical imagery bathed Jackson's candidacy in an aura of patriotism and everyman appeal on a subconscious level. Make the medium the message. Pay more attention to the form, visuals, and aesthetic experience than the actual content itself. Use hypnotic imagery, soothing colors, the suggestion of speed and movement as your true message. While people may consciously focus on the surface-level content, they're really absorbing and imprinting the mood and emotional experience on a deeper level without realizing it. As the Reagan administration recognized, the visuals and storytelling override the substance. Greene cites how Reagan's team framed him walking in confident strides and staged feel-good images of him with children or disabled people, subtle visuals that counteracted any negatives around cutting funds for those same groups. As one aide admitted, when you're showing 4.5 minutes of great pictures of Ronald Reagan, no one listens to what you say. Speak their language. Avoid any hint of superiority, smugness, or talking over people's heads. Make yourself seem solidly equal to your audience. You understand their spirit, language, skepticism, and way of life intimately. Whether showing your own warts, using down-home language, or selectively revealing the tricks of your trade, building a chummy rapport disarms resistance. You're simply one of the folks leading a bigger tribe. Greene describes how Jackson's supporters founded newspapers that portrayed him drinking hard cider and living rustically, playing up his lack of formal education. In truth, he was a wealthy plantation owner, but the myth of the commoner resonated better. Start a chain reaction. Don't just pitch your idea. Act as if you've already sparked excitement and created an infectious new trend that hordes of people are joining. By seeming to be at the vanguard of a growing movement or lifestyle behavior, you make it irresistible for people to crave being part of that wave before it passes them by. Spread images, icons, and mentions until your name and brand seems ubiquitous. Harry Reichenbach, an ingenious early 20th century movie marketer, staged publicity stunts like a fake diplomatic visit by a Turkish sheikh promoting a film, or running cryptic Skywatcher ads claiming the sky would tell where a hot new movie was playing. This created a mystique that the films were part of a bigger cultural phenomenon people had to join. Tell them who they are. More powerful than trying to change people's ideas through argument is changing their perceived identity and reality. Make them dissatisfied with their current status or self-image by controlling their perspective. With that void opened up, you can offer a new, attractive lifestyle or vision to fill that void and redefine who they are. Use multiple media channels to immerse people's environment in your new ideal. The Torches of Freedom campaign subconsciously suggested that by smoking in public, modern women were redefining femininity in an empowered, sexually liberated way. Jackson's portrayal as a frontiersman invited Americans to see themselves as part of a new rugged, anti-elite identity. Saturating various channels with your redefinition makes it feel like a groundswell zeitgeist. Throughout the appendix, Greene illustrates these principles with compelling case studies, from Andrew Jackson portraying himself as a humble man of the people to defeat John Quincy Adams, to movie marketers in the 1920s blurring fiction and reality to spark mass hysteria around new film releases. The soft sell is all about entertainment, fantasy, and giving the illusion of an exciting grassroots movement, while covertly leading the masses down the path toward your own sellable goal. It's myth-making meeting strategic theatrics meeting psychology. By facilitating an entertaining experience and cultivating subconscious emotional associations, you can sell anything from an idea to a product to a candidate without triggering overt sales resistance. As Greene shows, masters of the soft sell, from politicians to publicists, have seduced the masses for centuries using these subtle tactics. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If anything resonated with you, feel free to drop your thoughts and personal stories in the comments below. Your input might just be the insight someone else needs. Here's something to keep in mind. Make a daily habit of learning something useful. Just like how you nourish your body with food, your mind needs nourishment too. Be deliberate about what you consume, because otherwise, the algorithm might start influencing your thoughts. Think about it. And hey, we're always open to welcoming subscriptions to our channel as donations to support our future upcoming projects and bring you top-tier content. Join our community by subscribing today.